expect to hear from the Essex County Prosecutor's Office about a deadly shooting last night in Newark, New Jersey.
One police officer was killed in the shooting, another still recovering in the hospital. And John Diaz is joining us live from the prosecutor's office with the very latest details on this disturbing story. John, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, both of you. In about an hour from now, that is when we're expected to hear from prosecutors. They should be giving us more details as to what led up to the shooting and possibly also mentioning actually who was involved in the shootings, you know, the name of those two officers as well as the suspected gunman. Now, we can tell you that one of those officers is still listed in critical condition over at University Hospital. But when it comes to the suspected gunman, well, their condition still remains really unclear at this hour, but we can tell you through sources that they were just a teenager. A massive crime scene stretching several blocks Friday evening near Broadway and Carteret Avenue in Newark, New Jersey.
In front of the school?
People gathered right outside an elementary school moments after the tragedy when Newark Police Union says two officers were shot during a shootout, sources say with a teenager. Both officers were then rushed to University Hospital, but authorities say one of them died. Throughout the night, officers filled the entrance to the emergency department. We spoke briefly with a man who says he is the uncle of the officer who died. He was distraught and says he still doesn't have a lot of information.
I don't know what happened. I work in a store. I don't know what happened. Somebody calling me, but I don't know what happened. Yes. Hey, my life, I don't know. I don't know nothing more.
The New Jersey Attorney General's office saying this is a painful reminder of the sacrifices officers make. In a statement, they said, quote, "Our law enforcement officers put themselves in harm's way every day to protect our communities."
It sounded like a car accident and it went boom, boom, boom.
This man telling our Derek Waller right before the shooting, he saw cops running.
They were chasing, but I don't know if they were chasing somebody. I saw maybe 4 cops on the way down toward the street.
Were they chasing like in a vehicle or were they running down the street?
They were running down the street.
Tonight, one police officer dead, another injured after sources tell Fox News that a 14-year-old boy fired 29 shots in Newark, New Jersey.
A police officer was killed and another was critically injured during a shootout involving a teenager in New Jersey. The two Newark police officers were shot while on duty in the area of Broadway and Carteret at around 6:37 p.m. local time on Friday, March 7th.
Good morning. Breaking news. Today, I'm going to give y'all something a little bit more different. It's an update. 2 officers shot. 1 officer dead in Newark, New Jersey, my hometown. Shout out. Now we're going to break through this conference that they're going to have with the mayor and a whole bunch of law enforcement involved. I don't really know the gist of the information. I'm just watching it with you. So we're going to get to it. Let's go. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Good morning. Yesterday at approximately 6:30 p.m., Newark officers encountered several individuals in the vicinity of Broadway and Carteret here in the city of Newark. Based on criminal intelligence, the police were investigating the possibility that these individuals had illegal firearms. Shots were exchanged upon the interaction with the police and those individuals, and unfortunately, 2 officers and 1 suspect were hit by gunfire. 5-year veteran Officer Joseph Azcana was shot before he even had the opportunity to leave his police car.
Damn! They popped him before he even left a police car? What? Dang, I know Newark getting gentrified, but I see it's still some soldiers still around. Man, leave my police officers alone. Shout out to the police, man. I love you. Keep doing what y'all do. Y'all doing a good job. I love walking outside. And I don't gotta worry about anybody hitting me over my head. That's only because of police. But, yo, look at the mayor. Why the mayor looking like that? Why he looking like a bulldog? He looking like a bulldog. He looking like he just thinking like, I just want to eat a criminal. I just want to eat a criminal.
2:34 this morning, he was pronounced at University Hospital here in Newark. There was a second officer also shot. His injuries are expected not to be life-threatening. He is continuing to recover in the hospital, and because of that, the delicacy of that recovery, his name will not be released at this time at the request of the Newark Police Division. One gun was recovered from the suspects. Several individuals are in custody as a result of that interaction, and they're being interviewed by the police and by the Essex County Prosecutor's Office. One of the suspects is 14 years old. That juvenile has been charged with numerous...
Damn! 14? Did he say 14? Did he just say... Wait. Did he say 1 and a 4? A 1 and a 4? Not a 4 and a 1. He said a 1 and a 4, right? Yo, they getting younger and younger and younger. 14. If he get a body on him in New Jersey and is a police officer, best believe you might as well take the plea. You might as well take the... Don't even talk. Just say, yo, what's the plea?
Numerous crimes, including murder, attempted murder, and possession of illegal weapons. He's currently hospitalized and is being treated also for non-life-threatening injury. Obviously, this is a continuing investigation, so we're not going to be able to talk much more about the circumstances until the investigation continues to evolve. However, we'll say this. Obviously, any sort of a gun interaction like this is the sort of thing that happens far too often, and we need to do everything we can to make sure that we limit those, if not eradicate those, to the extent that we can. The thing to remember, primarily, is that the officers involved are heroes. So everyday heroes that work the streets of the city of Newark and cities and municipalities like it throughout this county, without this state, within this nation. So they continue to be individuals who are worthy to be in our prayers and our thoughts, and we have to support them to the extent that we can. Despite everything that goes on and the difficulties, we're continued to be buoyed by the interactions and the collaborations we have, the individuals who Ms. Martin...
Yo, he good, though. This man is good. Speak very well, proper, well-groomed. And he got a sort of a seriousness to him, like he been in the military before, you know? Well-educated. But who that standing to the left of him? Looking like Mr. Beanhead, Mr. Brown Bean. You know the black bean? Don't his head look like a black bean?
Mentioned by name, we want to thank them for their continued support. It's through those collaborations that we're able to move as quickly as we can. It was an effort. I was with the team that was doing the investigation into the wee hours of this morning, and trust me, just about everybody behind me was here throughout that endeavor as well. That shows their dedication to make sure that we keep the streets as safe as possible, that we bring perpetrators to justice, and we do everything we can to keep the public safe. At this time, I'd like to introduce the director of the Newark Police, actually public safety director. I'm sorry, he got a promotion. He used to be the chief. Now he is the public safety director, Manuel Miranda.
Asking celebrity businessman how to get out of debt.
Are you wasting thousands of dollars paying off debts you don't actually have?
Good morning. Our heart is heavy right now. Our agency is hurting. We lost a true hero last night. He was part of an intelligence unit within the Newark Police Division. He's been on the job for 5 years. He's been a detective for the last 2 years. Since being promoted to detective, he was assigned to the intelligence unit.
Oh, that was a detective? That was a detective they killed? Oh, they getting the death penalty. I think Jersey still got the death penalty, I think. I need to check up on it. I need to do my research, but I think they still got the death penalty. I know Pennsylvania do, you know, that's our neighbor. I don't know if New York do. I'm not sure. I think New York got rid of it, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, these boys are done. These boys are toasted. Flip them.
Unit works in collaboration with the U.S. Attorney's Office with our federal partners, county and state partners. Last night, it was a team effort between our federal partners and our Newark Police Division that were working last night to capture an individual who they believe had a weapon. As the prosecutor stated, he didn't even get a chance to step out of the vehicle before he was struck. So our hearts are heavy. We're leaning on one another for support. We're going to be there for the family. The family was there last night. His mother and his father and approximately 5 brothers were at the hospital mourning him, grieving him. We're going to be issuing a statement on funerals for the future and pay him the respect that he deserves. He was a true hero. Not only is the agency is mourning, our community is mourning also. I've been getting phone calls since last night from all our community leaders. Our Office of Violence Prevention Program was out there with us, supporting us. We have our peer-to-peer support out there assisting.
Yeah, man, that's really sad though. It's really sad, you know. You're on a job, you know, you're not getting paid $1 million a year. You're just getting paid just enough just to make it, you know. Inflation up, you know. Officers are human too. They gotta pay rent. They gotta pay mortgage. They gotta pay child support. You know, they gotta pay for gas. They gotta pay for grocery. You know, they humans too. Out of the uniform, they dads, they uncles, they brothers. You know, it's when they go home, it's somebody that's actually waiting on them, waiting to hug them at the door. Y'all never thought about that? You never thought you thought they just was born and came out the cooch, your officer? You don't think he went to school and sat and took a class just like you? He had to take tests just like you? You know? He had to get certified and, you know, it's a job. It's a job. Somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it.
Assisting our officers. They were there last night, supporting our officers along with Fraternal Order of Police and the Superior Officer Association unions. So I ask the community to please keep the family in their prayers and to keep this agency in your prayers. They're grieving, we're hurting, and we have to be here for one another. I want to thank our federal partners who was here from last night also, as they mentioned, all the special agents in charge of the FBI, the DEA, ATF, and the Homeland Security, the County Prosecutor's Office, the U.S. Marshals. Nobody went home until everybody was captured. So I appreciate their efforts. I appreciate all their help, and just continue to pray for this agency, our officers, our detectives, and the family. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Miranda. He just mentioned something very important. The City of Newark has an Office of Violence Prevention and Intervention. I'm sure I have the name slightly wrong, but the mayor will correct me on that. But the key part is that this is an entity which is an official part of the City of Newark, yet it acts to interact with the public and offers all sort of information and assets between law enforcement and the community. NPD, the Newark Police Division, has benefited from it, as the Essex County Prosecutor's Office, as the entire community has. And that is really the idea, the brainchild of Mayor Baraka. And so I'd like him to come forward on behalf of the residents of the City of Newark.
First, I just want to thank the Newark Police Division, Public Safety, Fire as well, for being on the scene last night, helping our...
Now, this is the mayor of Newark right here. He's a Democrat, but I have to say he's one of the good Democrats. He actually bringing a lot of change to the city. Skyscrapers are being built, a lot of investments. Everywhere you go, you see new developments, even blocks that when I was young, I used to walk past like 21st Street in Springfield, Avon, like they building homes that look like they belong in Montclair. You know, they building brownstones like they belong in Manhattan, all throughout the city. But let's see what he got to say.
Police officers, I want to thank all of our partners here, the prosecutor's office, our public safety director, the chief, and all the work that they did, Office of Violence Prevention, making sure we brought people to justice. This morning, we could make a statement that individuals were, in fact, arrested, who were responsible for this heinous, callous disregard for humanity. We mourn, as the public safety director said, the over 300,000 residents of this city mourn the loss of a police officer and the shooting of another in the whole public safety ecosystem. We mourn them collectively. These are officers who got up yesterday morning to do their job, to go outside and make sure our streets were safe, to make sure 8-year-olds are not killed by stray bullets, to make sure our grandmothers could sit on their porches in peace, to make sure our neighborhoods are not overrun with violence and guns. They were doing their job, getting intelligence around guns on the street, and they went to a scene that many of us would not have gone to. In fact, I don't know many people that would have went to that scene, knowing that danger lived there, that the opportunity to get yourself in grave danger was possible, and they went anyway. And unfortunately, one of our officers did not recover from that.
Yeah, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. That part of Newark is called North Newark. That part of Newark is, blacks, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. That's North Newark. The regular black side of Newark, the Springfield Ave, the Avon Ave, the 18th Avenue, Lyons Avenue, that's the black side of Newark. And all the streets will be north, not south. When you see the streets start saying south, that means you're going towards the regular north. You see the streets say north, you're going towards north. But that area ain't to play with. You're going into the depths over there. Those the back streets. The Carterets. What's the back streets? I know exactly what he's talking about.
I texted my wife last night. She texted me that she was sad. I said, why? Thinking she was thinking about something different. She said, all of this makes me sad. And I'm thinking, maybe she's sad that the police officer is dead, or sad that a 14-year-old could get their hands on an automatic weapon, or sad that a 14-year-old would think that they should shoot at a police officer in the middle of the night, in the evening, or sad that our system has not figured out how to keep guns out of kids' hands, or we haven't figured out how to mentor our kids out of difficult situations and problems that they feel like they need to resolve their conflicts with guns and weapons on the street. We just have to do a better job. I have to do a better job. Our families have to do a better job. The community has to do a better job at making sure that our children are not.
Could we use your house to trial our 24-hour bathroom upgrade system? We're looking for homeowners with invalid
handling guns in the street, shooting at police officers. This is not a police problem. This is our problem. This is our collective problem. And if this continues, it will continue to be our problem. And so, I'm here standing not just as the mayor of the city, but as a father of 2 little kids, who know my peers have kids the age of the kids who were out in the street that night, who we're going to communicate all last night and this morning about how did little kids get an opportunity to be involved in a situation like this, and what the hell can we do as residents of this city to make sure this never happens again. So again, we mourn the loss of our officer. We are praying for the recovery, complete recovery of the other officer, and we are standing side by side by the hundreds of police officers here in the city of Newark who are mourning, who are grieving because of this incident.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah.
We are praying for everything. We're praying for
That, I have to say, was a very, very, very good speech. I mean, he wasn't even reading from a teleprompter. That was a good speech. That was straight from top of the dome. You could tell because as he was talking, you could see he was kind of like thinking through what he's going to say next. Like he was putting his head down, like trying to focus on what to say next. But he made it flow just right. Very good speech, but it is what it is. That's Newark, New Jersey, just like every other city in the United States of America, a first world country. But sometimes we got a lot of elements of a third world country. A 14-year-old with a Mac 11. Crazy. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.